Hey, what's up, guys? You're here with Goran from Pickdawgz, and thank you for joining me here for your free picks for Saturday, February 24th. Well, guys, we are into the weekend. It's gonna be another busy one. I believe there's 16 free picks for you for Saturday. It's gonna be a very similar amount on Sunday as well. And of course, we have those parlay of the day picks as well. One for Saturday, one for Sunday, and the one on Saturday pays out at plus 400 and something, so it is a little bit bigger than we usually do it, but I do like it a lot. On Friday, we actually had a very good day. We've hit, let me just do the quick recap here. One, two, looks like we're gonna hit all four free picks because Leon is still playing it. They are ahead 2-1, and if they ended up winning that one, it's gonna be 4 out of 4 free picks. And we swept the board with my premium picks 5 for 5. We made a ton of money on Friday, and let's do the same together on Saturday as well, guys. For my best bets, you can click the link in the description. That will get you up to my page where you can sign up, get a daily pass, 3-day pass, 7-day pass, or even a month-long pass if that's something you want to do. Uh, I was thinking the whole time that we have the Champions League next week, but we do not have it, and that's a bit disappointing, I gotta say. But that's okay. We still have a lot of games throughout the week, and it's gonna be another busy week as well. Uh, let's get this show on the road, guys, as we usually do with the EPL. There's no early matchup this time, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 games at 10 p.m., one game at 12:30, and one game at 3 p.m. That is the one between Arsenal and Newcastle. But we are going to kick it off with Aston Villa and Nottingham Forest. Uh, Aston Villa is the better team here. They have been better and more consistent throughout the entire season. They're still in the top four in that fourth place, and they actually haven't won any of their last three home games. As a matter of fact, they've lost all three games. But Nottingham Forest is the perfect opponent for them to get back on the winning track when playing at home. Nottingham Forest is missing a few players. Most notable one will probably be Chris Wood, who has been scoring a lot of goals for them this season. He has 8 goals in 20 games. While Aston Villa is also missing a few players, but those are the players that have been out for a while now, and all of their other starters are healthy and ready to go. And I think that Aston Villa will finally get a home win in this one. So I'm going to take Villa to win and over 1.5 goals at minus 133. Brighton is hosting Everton, and you know what? I have zero confidence in Everton's offense right now. Yes, they've scored against Crystal Palace 1-0, but they're not creating a lot of chances at all. And if you want to beat Brighton on the road, yes, Everton has done it before, but if you want to beat them on the road right now when they're scoring a ton of goals, you will need to outscore them. And I simply don't think that Everton has what it takes in that attacking end right now to do that. Uh, and with that in mind, guys, I'm gonna take Brighton on the money line here at minus 118. Crystal Palace will be hosting Burnley, and I'm gonna keep this one very, very simple, guys. Crystal Palace is starting this game with the new head coach at the helm. There will be some changes made probably, and even though they still have a lot of injuries, they're missing a bunch of players that would be in the starting lineup if they were healthy. Uh, I think that Burnley simply is not up to task in this one. So to keep it simple, guys, like I said, Crystal Palace at home under new head coach at plus 100. I'm gonna take that any day of the week in this matchup. So I'm gonna take Crystal Palace on the money line. Manchester United is hosting Fulham. That's another 10 a.m. game, and now they're on a 5 game winning streak. But the biggest problem they have right now is the fact that Højlund has been listed as injured, and he will be out for 2 to 3 weeks with a muscle injury. It was nothing serious. I guess it was just a strain or whatever. He got overworked a little bit. He did play a lot of minutes. He put in a lot of effort in every single game they played, and he will be missed in this game. Manchester United has gone over 2.5 in each of their last 7 games in a row. They have kept only one clean sheet during that streak, and that was against West Ham, which makes me think that I think that Fulham definitely has what it takes to get on the scoreboard in this one. At home, this is where they are playing their best football. On the road, they are scoring goals quite consistently, but they're not winning a lot of points. So, if I had to choose a side, it would definitely be Manchester United. We have to keep riding them until they lose. And now they're on a 5 game winning streak, and they definitely look like they will not stop anytime soon. So, uh, I do like United to win in over 2.5. I do like United to win in both teams to score, but I kind of decided to go with both teams to score in over 2.5 at minus 108. That just seemed a little bit less volatile than picking the winner in this game. Manchester City will be playing at Bournemouth in this next EPL matchup, and Bournemouth is in a bit of a sloppy form. And as a matter of fact, they have always lost to Manchester United in the past. Going back to 2015, they have played 14 games against each other, these two teams, and Manchester City, sorry, has won all 14 of those. Now, in their last game against Brentford, they had a ton of chances once again, but scored only one goal. They ended up winning 1-0. While Bournemouth, on the other side, is actually doing a very good job when it comes to scoring goals, but they really cannot defend right now. And that is going to be a great opportunity for Manchester City to get another win and to get back to the top of the table, even if it's only for a day. So, uh, I'm going to go for a full profit in this one, guys. I'm going to take both teams to score and Manchester City to win, and that is at plus 160. And the last pick of the EPL for today is between Arsenal and Newcastle. Arsenal had a very, very sloppy game against Porto in the Champions League. They ended up losing that one 1-0 on the road. And it was a highly disappointing result for them because in the last 5 games before that one, they've scored over 20 goals. And then in this one against Porto, they hadn't had a single shot on target. I, for one, had them to score at least a goal. I actually had both teams to score in over 2.5. And if Arsenal, I personally had a feeling if they had a shot at target, they would score a goal, but they couldn't even muster that. And that means that they will simply have to go all out in this game against Newcastle. Newcastle is actually on a 3 game winning, we actually make that 4 game winning streak when playing on the road. And not only that, they have scored at least 2 goals in each of those 4 games. So they are the team that's scoring a lot of goals right now, but they are also the team that's struggling when it comes to defending. And I see that Fabian Schär is listed as questionable. Alexander Isak is listed as questionable as well. Callum Wilson will be out, and as usual, a bunch of other players for Newcastle. But in their current form, I think that they can definitely score a goal, if not more, here in this game. So, with that in mind, I'm going to take both teams to score at minus 139. Now we are off to Spanish La Liga, guys, where we have Barcelona hosting Getafe. And Barcelona overall in the first game or in the first half of that Champions League game against Napoli, they were actually quite solid. And they were more dangerous team and they were controlling the game. But then in the second half, they kind of got lost. And that is the reason why that game ended in a 1-1 draw. Otherwise, it should have gone to Barcelona. But we'll see if they can do something in the second leg of that matchup. As far as Getafe goes, they are the team that's been scoring goals quite consistently as of late. Whether they played at home or on the road, they are a tough team to beat. They are playing hard, and they have been showing some offense, and that is definitely an improvement for this team. They're mostly healthy. They don't have any suspended players. Not unlike Barcelona, who's missing Gavi, Marcos Alonso, and Alejandro Balde as well. But Ferran Torres should be ready to play in this game. It looks like Lewandowski is finally waking up for Barcelona. He scored a few goals. He scored a Champions League goal as well. And the entire Barcelona team seemed to be waking up a little bit, and they have been using more and more of their chances. And the biggest problem is that they can't really defend. So I do see Getafe getting on the scoreboard. And with that in mind, guys, both teams to score at minus 120. That's going to be my pick for this game. For the second La Liga game, guys, we have Almeria hosting Atletico Madrid. And I'm going to keep this one very, very simple, guys. Almeria, the worst team in the league by far. And even though they have been known to score goals against Atletico Madrid, both at home on the road, I see Atletico Madrid getting back on the winning track here. This is going to be very much a different game than the one they had against Inter in the Champions League, where they had to defend for pretty much the entire game. They did not do a lot in the attacking end, but this was going to be, like I said, very much different. And I think Atletico Madrid will mostly be dominating here, and they will create a bunch of chances, and I think they will get a win. So at minus 133, I'm simply taking Atletico Madrid on the money line. In German Bundesliga, guys, we have a few interesting matchups. Starting off with this game between Union Berlin and Heidenheim. Union Berlin is actually having a pretty good period right now, undefeated in their last three games. They are on a two-game winning streak. Both of those games were 1-0 winners, especially the last one against Hoffenheim when they scored in what 86th minute, if I'm not mistaken. And keeping two clean sheets in a row is a huge for this team. We know how struggling they were uh, for pretty much the entire season so far, defensively and offensively. And now for a team to be undefeated in three games, to keep two clean sheets in a row, to be on a winning streak, this is going to be huge for their confidence. And they're finally getting that mentality they had last season. They're finally getting it back. And that's the main reason why I decided to go with Union Berlin here. With all due respect to Heidenheim, this is going to be a very tough game for them. I think it's going to be a defensive performance by both teams, and I simply think that Union Berlin will come out on top. Borussia Mönchengladbach and Bochum is another matchup in Bundesliga, and you know what? I don't know what to think of Borussia Mönchengladbach. They are now in 15th place, just above the relegation zone. They haven't beaten anyone in their last five games. They haven't scored a goal in their last two games. While Bochum on the other side has been scoring and conceding goals, and we know that they're coming off of a massive win against Bayern Munich 3-2. So they will definitely be carried by that win. But usually after a big win like that, uh, teams tend to kind of fall down and they tend to crash. And I wouldn't be surprised to see that from Bochum here in this game. But whenever it happens, I still see them scoring goals because Borussia Mönchengladbach is a very sloppy team. And my pick for this one will be both teams to score and over 2.5. Werder Bremen and Darmstadt are facing off in Bundesliga as well. And to keep it simple, guys, Darmstadt, the worst team in the league, at the bottom of the table. Werder Bremen has won four of their last five games, and I don't know. The price is decent enough to me at minus 154 to take Werder on the money line, and I will take that. I don't want to push it to minus one. I don't want to take them to win it over 1.5. I'm simply gonna contain myself to Werder money line. Maybe put it in a double with something else, but for now, I think it's gonna be Werder on the money line. Stuttgart is hosting Köln, and you know what? The way Stuttgart has been playing, they are now on a two-game winning streak, winning four of their last five. They're marching towards the Champions League spot. They want to stay in the top four, and after barely staying in the league, seeing Stuttgart in third place is definitely a huge surprise. And I, for one, hope that they can stay consistent until the end of the season, and I hope that they can qualify for the Champions League. Cole has won only one game on the road, four draws and six losses. Stuttgart only one home loss this season, and they're scoring a ton of goals right now. So to me, the logical choice was to take Stuttgart to win and over 2.5. But I'm gonna go for the full value here. I'm gonna take Stuttgart to win and both teams to score, simply because they're a little bit sloppy on that defensive end right now. But they can definitely outscore anyone out there. So Stuttgart to win and both teams to score at plus 175. And the big derby in Bundesliga, the 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Bayern Munich and Leipzig are facing off, and their matchups are pretty much always entertaining, full of goals, full of chances, and I think this was going to be the same. Bayern Munich is on a three-game losing streak, and that hasn't happened to them in a long, long, long time. The situation is not good. Thomas Tuchel will be leaving at the end of the season if he doesn't get sacked before. But I don't see the point if they get knocked out of the Champions League, so I think that they will let him stay until the end. And who knows, maybe something changes. Maybe they end up winning the Champions League or something like that. But I think that they will not be winning Bundesliga for the first time in what 12 years or so, and I for one love seeing that. Leipzig has won their last game against Gladbach 2-0. They lost to Real Madrid in the Champions League, but they are slowly rising, and they definitely have the quality to get on the scoreboard here, maybe even first. But like I said, the games between these two teams are always eventful and fun to watch. And with that in mind, guys, I'm gonna go with over 1.5 goals in the first half. It's plus 112. Uh, I don't know. It seems a bit risky, yes, but I think we're gonna see goals in this one. So over 1.5 goals in the first half at plus 112. In the Italian Serie, guys, I have a couple of free picks for you, and the first one is between Sassuolo and Empoli. Sassuolo has been underperforming a lot. Whether they play at home or on the road, they're underperforming. They're not scoring goals. They're not creating chances. While Empoli, in my opinion, has been overperforming, and I think that will come to an end in this game. I'm gonna take Sassuolo on the money line at plus 125. It's not gonna be an easy game, but it's time for Sassuolo to step up and get a nice home win, and I think it's gonna happen in this game. The second pick we have is between Genoa and Udinese, and you know what? I didn't even look at the stats about this one. There has been a lot of draws between these two teams. There has been a lot of unders, and there has actually been quite a few overs as well. And when I saw plus 155 on the over 2.5, I simply jumped on that. I know it's risky. The books will not be giving us this price if they weren't, I would say, positive that this is gonna go the under. But over 2.5 at plus 155 on two teams with a sloppy defense right now, I'll take it. I'll put a whole unit on it personally, simply because it's definitely worth a shot. And it's not often that we get plus 155 on the over 2.5. So I'm going to take advantage of it. In the French League One, guys, I have only one free pick, and that is the one between Strasbourg and Brest. I think this is going to be a fairly even matchup. Strasbourg, on a two-game losing streak, they lost three of their last four. They're not doing that well. Well, Brest actually is on a second place right now with 40 points, and they have been scoring a lot of goals this season. 31 goals in 22 games, 13 goals on the road in those 11 games, but they're averaging even one conceded goal when playing on the road. So, with Strasbourg scoring 1.2 goals on average at home, uh, I see them trying to step up and creating a few chances to get on the scoreboard in this one. And with that in mind, both teams to score at minus 120. And now we are up to the parlay of the day, guys. Five legger, like I said. United versus Fulham over 1.5 goals. Taking Aston Villa on the money line. I'm taking Holland to have over 1.5 shots on target against Bournemouth. Barcelona versus Getafe over 1.5 goals. And I'm gonna take Bayern versus Leipzig, both teams to score. Five legger, like I said, pays out at plus 449. Should be an interesting day, guys. It's not as busy as we usually see the Saturday, but we still have a lot of free picks. There's gonna be a lot of premium picks. MLS is kicking off on Saturday as well. So there won't be any free picks for that just yet, but those will come as well. That's all, guys. Have a great day. Good luck with all of your bets. And of course, stay tuned for more free picks coming up soon.